So, hi guys, welcome back to the next lecture, which is lesson 6. And in previous 5 lectures, we have covered half of the Python, and we are left with the important topics of the Python, which are tuple sets and dictionaries and oops and all these concepts. So, what we have covered in previous 5 lectures, let me give you a clear overview of that. So, in previous 5 lectures, we have covered that why do we need Python, what is Python basically, why do we need programming languages, how does it all works, and in which companies Python is used, what is the use case of Python, and who created Python, when created Python, about history of Python we have learned in the second or first lecture, and in the third or fourth lecture I think we have learned that what are variables, what are assignment in variables, what is data storage, what are the data types, and then we have covered that what are the loops, what are conditional statements and all. So we have done with the operators, condition statements, loops and all. And in the last lecture in lesson 5 we have covered, which is strings and list in detail. I have told you about the details of the strings and list, that these are strings and these are inbuilt functions, these are inbuilt methods in the list. We can append or text or title the string, and it can change in the string. That list are mutable. So now in lesson 6, sorry. So we are covering tuple sets and dictionaries in lesson 6 of the Python. And again, this is a very important concept, so you have to watch it carefully. So now we are going to cover tuple sets and dictionaries in this lecture. If we see, the learning objectives of today's lecture is Python programming, which is tuple sets and dictionaries. By the end of this lesson you will understand that you will master the tuples, operations and immutability. As I have told you, lists are mutable, that we can change in the lists, and but in tuple we can't change anything, like we can't interfere into the tuples. So tuples are immutable. So understand set uniqueness, like in this lecture you will get to know about sets also, that set, how set is unique and how it is membership. So next we work with dictionaries, key value pairs efficiently. As I've told you in nested lists also, that you can save data into the list, that you can save list into the under the list, so you can store one list into the next list. So as if we want to use dictionary, so we use key value pairs in the dictionary. Both are used to store data, but in dictionary we can assign data, we can store data more efficiently than the lists. So don't worry, we are going to cover that. So next we will cover today tuples, sets, dictionaries and comparisons and real world applications. So now we start with the tuples. So tuples are immutable, ordered and efficient. So how it is immutable and how it is ordered? So let me come to the VS code and then I'll explain you that how tuples are immutable. So now we are on VS Code, and let me tell you that how the tuples are immutable. So as we have learned in the lists part, so let me create a list first. So if I'm creating list, we define it by the square brackets. So we store some values like 5, 6 or 7. So these three digits are stored in the list. So if I forgot to write anything, I forgot to add anything, any one more element, one more digit. So let's suppose I forgot to write 8 into the list, but if I forgot, I can simply use append and then 8 then print the list. So here you can see, if I print it, see 8 is added in the list. But now the change is for tuple, if I'm making a tuple, so tuple is used by this braces, this is a parenthesis basically. So if I'm storing values like 5, 6 or 7, and here also if I forgot to write 8 into the tuple, so can I add something into that? So use append or using 8 here, and if I print 8 here and then try to print tuple, see it cause an error cause it is not a method for tuple, so we can't add into the tuple. So you see that we can change in the list, but we can't change in the tuple. So that is the difference between mutable and immutable. So here we can say that uh, list is mutable and tuple is immutable. So that is the difference between list and tuple. So lists are immutable, that we can change in the lists, and in tuples we can't change anything into the tuple if once it is stored. So tuples are immutable. So now move to the next further topic. So as I have said in the definition that tuple is an ordered, or so how we say that tuple is ordered. So if I store a tuple and I am showing it by parenthesis, and if I have stored some values and print it tuple, so see it print same as 567, but in the case of set, set is not an ordered. So tuple is ordered, that this means tuple always remembers the index of the value which is stored. If I stored 5 at the 0th index, so then tuple will remember that 5 is stored at the 0th index. If I want to print the value 5 here, I can use this also. It is the part of a slicing or indexing that we have covered. So the same rules are for tuple here. The same we have used for string, the same we have used for list, the same part we can use for tuples also. So there is a difference. We can't change anything in tuple, but we can access the position of the elements which are stored in the tuple. So it is that much simple. We can use the same concept, use the same logic of slicing or indexing in the tuple. So see, 5 is printed at the 0th index. So if I want to print 2, it will print 7, because 7 is at 3rd index. So you can see that uh, if I want to print minus 2 here, so it will print a 6. So here you can see 6 is printed. But in the case of a set, if it is in the set, like stored in a set, the output can be different. In tuple it will always return 5 6 7, but in set it also can return 6 5 or 7. So set is unordered. So that's how we define it as order. So let's move to the next topic. So now one more thing, that tuple is an ordered, but that does not mean that tuple is sorted. As I've told you, uh, it can be 6 5 or 7. It is also an ordered, so it is not it does not mean that it is sorted, that the smallest thing come at the first and then second thing will come at the second, and then the biggest thing it will come at the last. It is not necessary. The tuple is ordered, is still ordered if it is stored like this. So it does not mean that tuple is ordered, that it will be every time it will be unsorted. So the next part is we can use for also into the tuple. If I store some fruit names like apple, and then banana, and then orange, so we can iterate into the tuple also using for loop. So for fruit in tuple, so I'm going to print every time. So you can see now it will return apple, banana, and orange in the loop. So that's how we can use loops into the tuple. And now we are moving forward with the next topic, which is built-in methods in a tuple. So as we have covered built-in methods in list also, and now we are going to cover it in tuple. So in tuple there are only two built-in methods. As we know, tuple are immutable, so we can't change anything in tuple. So we can't use append, index, or whatever and that. So we are going to see that what are the built-in methods are there in tuples. So first I'm creating a tuple, which is 4 5 2 3 6 4, and again 2, then again 6, then 8. So it is a tuple. So I have stored some values in the tuple, and if I print that tuple, so it will print, see, it will print as it is, there is nothing changed. But if now if I want to see the number of occurrences of the 2, like how many times 2 is appeared into the tuple, so how can I do that? So I can use here count and use 2, and see it will return that how many times the 2 is appeared in the tuple. You can see here 2 is appeared 3 times, which is you can see here 1 2, and there's a fourth third time. So 2 is appeared for the 3 times in the tuple. So you can check for more also. You can use this tuple dot count appearance of 6, you can see here. So appearance of 6 is appeared for 2 times, as you can see here. If I mark 6, so see 6 is appeared 2 times in the tuple. So you can count the number of occurrences in the tuple. Also you can use it for the lists. And now the next built-in method is index. So if I want to check the index of something which is stored in the tuple, so I can write here print and then parenthesis and then tup and then index and see 4. So it will return the index of 4 here. See, index of 4 is 1, as 4 is stored here at one index, and it will return the index of the 4. Although 4 is appeared second time also into the list, into the tuple, but it will return only the first occurrence of the element we provide. So that is the built-in function, that is the built-in method of the tuple. These two are the built-in methods for tuple we use. And now we are left with the topic which is packing and unpacking of the tuple, which is again very important topic. If I am storing some details in the tuple, so you can see, let me give you an example also first, that how we can identify the tuple. If I store 4 here into the tuple in between the parentheses, and I will print tuple, it will print 4 as it is, but it is not stored in a tuple. It will store it as an integer only, because I haven't provided any condition. Also for more clarification, you can check it, the type of that. So you can see here, class int is printed, so it is a integer data type. It is stored in the tuple variable, but it is stored normal as integer. But if I want to store it as a tuple, so I have to use comma here. Now you can see, if we see the type, now it is in tuple form. So for storing only one value, we have to specify that comma after that element we have stored into tuple. So then it will be only into the type tuple. Although for a string part also, if I am storing something like that, so it will store into the name, which is totally a string data type. Yes is printed, but it is totally a string data type. It is not a tuple data type. You can see here, class string is printed. So if I want to make it tuple, I have to use simply comma here, and see, now it is tuple. So now we have done with this part. Let's come to the packing and unpacking of tuple. So let's suppose if I store some values into the tuple, so as we know, we define it by the parenthesis, and if I store my name here, yes, and then I store my age here, and then I store subject name, which is maths, and then I store my marks into that, so it is 97. And now it is stored in a tuple. If I print it, so it will be printed as it, there is no problem in that. You can see it is printed. So let me clear it first. So now what is packing and unpacking? So it is a packing. Basically I have packed some list of values into the tuple. Now if I want to unpack them, so I'm going to specify that first is stored is name, and then second is stored age, and third is stored as subject, and then fourth is stored as marks here. So I can define it is equal to tuple. So I have defined into the tuple that is equal, the tuple is equal to the name, age, subject, and marks. So whatever is stored at the 0th index will equal to the num. So now what does it mean? I have packed some set of values in the tuple, and then I have unpacked. I have defined the values which are stored into the tuple are these. So which is basically equal to the name is equal to Yash, and age is equal to 20 now, and subject which is equal to maths, and then the marks which are equal to 97. So it basically means this: the name is equal to Yash here, age is equal to 20 here, subject is equal to math here, which is defined, and marks is equal to 90 here. So if I want to check the value, I can simply use print name. So you can see here the name Yash is printed here. If I want to print age, so I can use that also. See, age is printed. Similarly I can do these both also. So see, subject, and then I can print marks here too. So see that, yes, 20 marks and 97. So these all the four things which are stored, we have packed and then unpacked data. So this is basically pack and unpack means. So now we'll move to the next topic, which is conversion. So what conversion means is, if let's suppose if I have a tuple and values stored are 5, 6, 7 and 8 into that, we don't have to put last comma at the last for defining tuple, because if 2 3 values are stored, then we don't have to specify at last as comma. Also we can do that, but we don't, it is not necessary. So it is not necessary that you have to do it all time. So if you are only storing 5, then you have to store comma accordingly with that. So the Python will know that it is stored in tuple data. So now as we know, tuple is immutable. So if I try to change tuple 0 index is equal to 2, we all know that we can do it in a list, but tuple is immutable, so we can't do it. So if I try to do it, there will be an error. So tuple is not doing it, so because tuple is not mutable. So for this also, for this we use conversion of tuple into the list. So we can change the data type of tuple. So we can convert it this tuple into the list. So basically writing list only and write tup into that, and then if we print the tup, so the tup will convert it into the list. You can see, sorry, we don't have to do this, it was written as tuple. So I have to store list here. So now list is this. So now it is converted into a list, so it will trending as a list. So you can see here, I have converted the set of values which I stored in a tuple into the list here while using type conversion. You can see that. So that's how we can convert from tuple to list. Also we can convert it from the list to tuples, like I have converted that list into a that tuple into the list, and now if I want to convert that list into a tuple, so I can use tup1 here and use tuple function and then write a value which is list, and if I print tup1 now, then it will be a tuple. So we do this because if we want to change something, like if I have created this, and then now I can change values into the list. Like if I want to uh, specify value 0 at 0th index, I want to change value to 2, and now if I print that list, so now you can see the 5 is switched to 2. So that's how we do it. And now for converting it into, like if you want to view it as a tuple again, so we can convert this again. So use tup1 as I did it before. So use tuple function and then lst, then you can print it as tup1, and this is comment, and you can see 2 6 7 8 will printed as tuple again. So it is that much simple. You can do type conversion and then you can do changes in that list, and you can again convert into tuple and then print it. So it will be done. Come to the PPT. As we know that we have covered with indexing, slicing, and the techniques, core techniques in ordered immutable tuples. The only thing which we have left with concatenation and repetition. Let me come to the VS Code first, and then we'll explain this concatenation and repetition also. So see. So now the topic is concatenation and repetition. So as we know that tuples are immutable, so we can't change in tuple. So like if I store something in tup1, as I have stored some languages name which is Python, and then Java, and then C. And now I forgot to write two more languages into the tuple, but I want to store them into the same tuple. So what can I do now? So for this thing, we can create one more tuple. So I'm creating one more tuple which contains the language which I forgot, C++, and one more use framework, React.js I'm using. So now for storing them into the same tuple, so I have to use tup here and concatenate the tuples. And now if I print tup here, so you can see it is printed Python, Java, C, C++, React.js all in the same tuple. So this is a concatenation of tuples. So this means concatenation, that if you can't add something into a tuple, make another tuple and then add this the second tuple into the first tuple, then print the result. So this is the concatenation. And now what is the repetition of that? So you can see here Python, Java, C++, and React. This is one tuple. Now if I do print tup into 2, so the values will be written two times. See, Python, Java, C, C++, JS, again it starts from Python and print the same thing again. If I do this as 5, so it will return up to the 5 times, you can see here. So that's how you can do repetition, and that's how you can do concatenation. So this is a very basic part, you can do it. Now again come to the PPT. We have done with indexing, slicing, concatenation, and repetition of tuples. And then packing and unpacking, we have done it previously. So now we are going to introduce about sets. So sets are unordered, unique, and powerful. So as I told you before, that sets are unordered and tuples are ordered. So how sets are unordered? Let me define it on VS Code. Come to VS Code first. Here on VS Code, let me clear it out first, everything. So let me paste a definition here. So see what sets are. So sets are basically a collection that stores only unique values, does not maintain order, and it is mutable. You can add or remove elements. So as we know that tuples are immutable, we can't add or remove elements from the tuple once it's created. But in sets we can do changes. We can add or remove the elements. So how the collection of set can be immutable or mutable, sorry. So how we can store values in a set? So first I have to define s is equal to, we store it by curly braces, and I can store some values into that. And if I print s, you can see the output is 1245, but the output here is 1245, but later output can be changed. It can be like 1425 also, so it can be changed. That's why it is an unordered. So now one more thing, if I use 2 here and then 2 again and then value 4 again, so and 4 again, and see if I print this, so you can see it print only 1245. So the duplicacy is always removed. So duplicacy, if we use duplicacy in that set, so then it will be removed by default. So that's how sets function works. That's how, this is the nature of the set. Now one more thing I want to tell you, that if you want to store a empty list, empty set, then you can't define it like that. It will not cause you an error, but the data type which is stored in that, so it is not a set data type, it is stored as a dictionary. If I check the type of that empty set, the type is dict, so it is stored as dictionary. So what I have to do, if I want to store it as a empty set, so I have to use set here and then use parenthesis and then see the type, which is class set now. So for empty set you can use this also. So you can't use this like that, it will store as a default dictionary. So for storing an empty set you have to use set and then parenthesis. That's how you can store it. So now move. So now, as I've told you, that set is mutable. So how we can add or remove elements from the set? If I store something in a set, so let me store something 10, 40 and 54 and 78. Now if I want to add something, then I just have to do this s add and add 10 into that, and then if I print, so let's see, there is an error. I'm sorry, I used the parenthesis. So for set we can't use that. We have to use this. So now you can see is, see 54, only 10 is added at the random index. 10 is not added at the end. 10 is added at the random index. So you can see, as I've told you, set is mutable and unordered. So that's why I'm telling you that it is unordered. So ordered, that does not mean that it is sorted, and unordered doesn't mean that it will print in descending order. So it will be an unordered, that it doesn't specify any order. That's why we can't use indexing here. So if I want to print s dot 1th index or 0th index at the first index, I can't print it. So you see, there's an error. We can't do indexing in that because it doesn't have any specified index. So the values can be changed, the positions can be changed with values. So elements are keep changing, and the positions of the elements also keep changing. So that's why we can't specify with the indexing. So in sets we can't use indexing. So now let's see how we remove elements from the sets. I want to see that how we remove elements from the set. If I use s dot remove and then specify an element, so let's see will it remove or not. See, 12 is removed easily. So that's how we can remove elements. If I want to remove 40 from the element, and let's see 10, 12 and 78 and 54, then 40 is removed from the element. If I want to remove 10, which I have previously added, so I can remove that also. See, there's no error, 10 is removed again. So that's how it works. Now let's move to the further topics. Now we come to the loops and then membership operators. So first we cover what are the loops and how you can use loops into that. It is simple, that same as we used in the list in the strings, then same we can use it in the set. So in set, how I use it, for I and s I can write it as, so first I is 12, then I become 40, then I became 54 and then 78. How it is travels, so I want to print the values of I, so you can simply do that. See, the values are printed again and again and again. So that's how we can use loops in the tuples or in the sets. And now what is membership operators, that we can check something is present in the set or not, and then it will return true or false. So if I want to check that 10 and s, so 10 is not present in it, so I can print it. It returns false because 10 is not present in the set. So if I do this, that 10 not in s, then it will return true. Why true? Because 10 is not present in s, so it means I am giving the correct statement that 10 is not presented in the set. So if I print something that 40 in s, then it will return true. See, it will return true because 40 is present into the set, that's why it is returning true. If I say that not in s, this means I am giving an incorrect statement to the Python, that 40 is not present in the s, but actually 40 is present in the set, so that's why it is returning as false. So now next is, so now we have some built-in methods of set, which are I'm going to paste it. So now you can see these all are the methods, built-in methods in set, and one by one I'm going to explain every set. So we have done with the add, and now I'm going to explain it one more time. Set if I want to add something, then seriously. So if I want to add something into the set, so I can do what say s dot add, and then I can add 5 here, and then we can simply print that s, and you can see 5 is added. And but if I want to add some more things, like add is only adding 5. If I want to add 6 7 also, so see 6 7 is not added, like only I can only add only one element. I can't add more than one element by using and, as same as append. So what we do for that condition, we are going to use another built-in method, which is update method, as we did in extend. So we are going to update it by same rule which we have used before. So we can use here 5 6 7, and we can add multiple items into that. You can see 2 3 4 and 5 6 7 is added into the set. So that's how you can add it. Or we have done with the remove. I can also explain it again. So if I want to remove something, so I'm trying to remove 3, and if I print s now, you can see here. So if I am removing s, so now you can see 3 is removed, 2 4 5 6 7 is printed. So that's how it works. But one thing you have to remember is always remove only the first occurrence, so not the second one. So now we have done with the remove, and come to discard here. So let me try for discard. So first I have to comment it out, then I am going to use s dot discard, and then 3. Then if I want to print it, so let's see what will it return. You can see it is returning 3. It is returning set without 3, and here you can see s remove 3 is also doing the same thing. If you observe this, so you can see here also, so it is returning the set without 3. So what is the difference? Why we use two kind of built-in methods? What is the use of that? So in remove, if I want to remove something that is not present in the set, so like in set 2 3 4 and 5 6 7 is already exist, but if I want to remove 8, and 8 is not already present in the list, so if I do this, there is an error because 8 is not presented. So it is a key error that 8 is not presented, and you can't remove that. But in case of discard, if I want to discard 8, so it will not cause an error, it will print the set as it is. So that is the difference. To avoid errors, we use discard, and to remove, we use a remove function. So if you want to remove something, you can use discard also and remove also. But if you don't want error, you want more efficiency in your code to look more good, to remove more errors, you can use discard. So if even if the element is not exist in the set, it will not cause any error, so your code can run effortlessly, smoothly. So now move to the next, which is pop. So what pop does is, so pop does a simple random element, s dot pop if I did, and if I print s, so see some random element is popped out from the set, which is 2. So randomly it deletes 2 also. If we do it again, so 2 is popped out, so it is doing again, but it randomly can delete any number, any element from the set if I use pop here. So that is the work of pop. Now we can move. If we do clear, so with clear at one time, if I'm using s dot clear, then if I print s, so it will be an empty set. You can see set is printed, but set is an empty because clear has removed all the elements which are stored in the set. So that's how clear does. And now move to the last, which is copy. So if I make s1 and use s dot copy, and then if I print s1, then you can see built in. So it is a address of s. So for copying it, so I forgot to write parenthesis here. So now you can see if I use this, so it becomes a copy of s. So s1 is a copy of s, and we can use it as a copy here. So that's how we can use copy function. And now move to the next topic of this. We are going to see that what is set operators. So what how do we use union, intersection, and some more concepts in set. So suppose if we have set 1 which stores value 2, 4, 5 or 6, and have s2 which also stores some value which is 6, 4, 7, 0. And now if I want to concatenate it, so I can also no, I can't concatenate sets, so sets are mutable, but I can't concatenate her. But if I want to join those two sets into the one set, so I can use union here. Use set operators, as you have learned in maths or in your previous classes also, we use union operator. So how do we use union in it? So we can use s1, and then we have to use this, and then we have to use this. And if I print this right now, so you can see 0 to 4, 5, 6, 7, it is sorted and it is printed right now. So that's how union works. Also what I can do is print s1 dot union and paste it as like that. So they both are the same things. The output is same, you can see. So also I can do union like this also, or I can use that operator also. So that makes no difference, they both are same. See, the output of both are same. So that's how we do union. And now move forward to intersection. So now see how intersection is works. So intersection basically prints the common elements. So we have common elements in s1 is 4 and in s2 is 4. So if we do intersection, so how we do intersection, let me show you. And we can use this AND operator and s2, so it will do intersection part. So if we print it, see here 4 and 6, also 6 is common, see. So 6 is present in s1 and 6 is present in s2 also, so that's why it prints set of 4 and 6. Also I can use one more thing. So this is one more method with the help of we can do. And intersection of s2, so you can see now the output is same. So they both are the same things, just we have two methods for intersection. We can use this AND operator here, or we can write simply intersection also. So these both are the same things. Also we can do the difference. So if I want to do the difference, which is set 1 minus set 2, then I can print it. See, it is 2 and 5. So how difference is working? So see, that's how difference is working. If we see set 1, then this 2 is present in set 1, so it is not present in s2, so that's why it printed as 2. Then it will check about 4. If it is present in the set b, then it will remove it. So that's how it is working. So 4 is present in set b, then it will not print 4. And then it will check about 5. 5 is not present in the set 2, then it will print set 5, element 5 in a set, and then it will check for 6. Check for 6 and 6 is present in the set 2, then it will not print the 6. So the basic formula is check s1, and if element is present in s2, then remove it. And if element is not present in s2, then keep it and then print the set. So that's how difference is working. Also we have another method, same as we did previous. So s1 dot reference, and we can do S2 here. So see, the output will be the same, 2 5 and 2 5. So that's how it works. Now move to the next. Now the next topic is built-in functions or comparison methods. So we can do comparison in sets. So how we do comparison in sets? So as we know the concept of substring or subset or superset. So subset means if this set is exist in the previous set or not, or superset is that this is a superset of that subset or not. So let me explain it to you. We have the set first 2 4 5 6, and if I create set 2, which is 2 or 4 elements is storing in the set, so we can see that S2 is subset of S1. But if I want to clarify from Python, like Python knows that it is subset or not, so I can do is print S2 dot is subset of S1. So if we print this, see, it returns true. Yes, that means I am saying the truth. So in this statement I have provided a condition to Python that print S2 dot is subset. So I'm asking to Python that S2 is subset of S1 or not. So I'm telling Python that I'm assuming that S2 is subset of S1, and rather it is true or false, return me the answer so that I can know that it is true or false. So that's why it is returning true, because yes, it is a subset of S1. But here if I change values S2 to S1, so S1 is not a subset of S2. You can see it returns false. So for checking the condition, you can just simply write here like this, and then it will return true because S2 is a subset of S1. For checking a superset, so now we can write S1 dot superset of S2. So see, I haven't write is, sorry. So now it becomes a function. So see, it returns true because S1 is a superset of S2. So I can check again if we change an elements. So let's see what will be the output. See, both are false because S2 is now not a subset of S1, and S1 is not a superset of S2 now, because we added an element 3, which is now again the condition will be true, because yes, S2 is subset of S1 now, and S1 is a superset of S2 now. And the more next is, so the next is we can see if the disjoint, so we can print S1 dot is disjoint S2. With the help of this we can check that whether something is common or not. So you can see it is not common. So these both are different. See, these both values are similar, so it is printing disjoint. If I use here 4 or 6, no, 8 or 6, so see, it will return true. Why it is true? So basically I'm showing I'm asking to Python that S1 disjoint S2. So this means that I'm assuming that nothing is common in between S1 and S2. So if even a single element is common between S1 and S2, then it will return false, otherwise it will return true. So let's see if I add something 8 here. So now we have a common element here, so it will return false. But if we don't have any common elements, if I remove 8 from here and write 9 here, so now we don't have any common elements, it will return true. So that is the work of disjoint. So you have to learn the syntax of that. Now move to the some built-in methods. So we have some built-in methods of sets, which are length, to find length, that how many elements are stored in the set. So I can found it, print length of S2. So now we can see 3. So length of S2 is 3 because 3 elements are stored in S2. If I want to see the length of S1, I can simply print it. See, the length of S2 is printed was 2 because 2 elements are stored in the S1. And for maximum value I can use one function again. So I have to write max here and go to S2, and the maximum value is 8 is stored in the S1, S2. So now for the minimum value I also can use min and s1, then it will return a minimum value which is 6. So that's how it is working. So y6 goes in s1, the biggest value is 9 and the smallest is 6, so that's why it is returning you 6. So we have done with the sets. Now one more thing we are left with, that is if I want to print a sorted list, then what I have to do is, so thing I have to do, one thing is let me write print function and then use sorted here. We can't use like sort or this, no, we can't do this, it is done in list. For using this in set, we have to use sorted here and then sorted s2. And now you see the values are shuffled here, they are not sorted, but after using sorted, it will be sorted and written as a list. So it will convert the data type into the string list automatically after doing the sorting. So that's how we can do sorting in sets. And congratulations, we have done with the sets. Now we know that sets are unordered, unique and powerful, and it avoids duplicacies. We have done the set methods, compare, combine, contrast. We have done this all, and now we have done with the add, remove, and discard also. We have done with the pop or clear also. So now introduction to dictionary. So dictionary is a key value pairs and real world mapping. So what is dictionary basically? Dictionary stores data as a key value pair, syntax mydict, and then name is equal to alias, age 21. Keys are unique and immutable. Values can be any type, like real dictionary, word key, or definition value. So what it is saying, I'm going to display it to the in VS Code to you. So let's come to the VS Code. Now we are coming to the dictionaries, and let's see how we can create dictionaries. So the part is dictionary. So let's see if I am creating a dictionary, and if I want to add some value in key value pairs. So how we add values in key value pairs? So if I want to store my name, so I can store name and then colon and then name. So the value Yash is assigned into the variable name, but it is inside the dictionary. So also I can assign like that, but it is not inside the dictionary. It is just a single value which is assigned in the variable, that this variable called name contains a value which is Yash. But if I want to add my age also, so I want to add my age also into that, but now they both are different things. So age is different, name is different, and here name is another variable and storing a different value. But in dictionary we can store the same value, the next value into the same parameter. So you can see if I want to save age here, so in age semicolon, and if I add 20, so you see I'll add in the column, and you can see now I can add a subject also, which is again maths, and then comma, and then we store marks 6. So if I want to print that dictionary, I can simply print, and you can see the output here. See here dictionary is printed. But now what if I want to print only name from that? So how can I print my name from it? So for accessing the name of the person I have stored in the dictionary, so I can use print and use dict here, and then I can write for name, see, and then if I print, then it will simply print Yash. Like if I want to print age, so I'll use print function and use dict, and then I'll use here age, and see the output. So output is 20. So that's how it works. So one more thing, we have one more method to store something in a database, in dictionary. So if I want to store something in dictionary, so I can use this data type dict, and I can use name is equal to Yash, and then I can use age is equal to 20. Oh sorry, we don't have to specify here double quotes. So it is stored in the dictionary. I can also print it. So you can see the interface, it is printed as same as the interface printed before. So this is the another method. So why we use dictionary? So uh, we can store data of different data types into at one place. So we use dictionary for that, to store multiple kind of data in one dictionary. So dictionary supports in that. Also if I want to access the name part, so again I can do it. So if I want to print the name only, so it will return Yashwant. So that's how it works. So that's how we can create a dictionary. So that's how we can access the things which are written in the dictionary. So next, move to the next topic. Now next is what if I have created dictionary at first, and as we know that lists are mutable but tuples are immutable. We can't change add or remove anything from the tuple once it's created. But from dictionary we can do this. We can add things, we can remove things from the dictionary. So how do we add things in the dictionary? Because dictionary is immutable. So adding in dictionary is simple. We can use dict here and use name. So let's see, if I forgot to write a subject, so I can write subject here and assign a value which is maths. So now if I print vector, so you can see subject maths is stored in the dictionary. Once again, if I want to add marks, then I can simply use that square brackets and then write marks here, and then I can store 98 into that. So if I print again, see the subject and marks will add it into the dictionary. So now how we remove objects from the dictionary? So for removing we use pop. So if I want to remove a name from the dictionary, so I can use pop here. So how do I use pop here? Like dict dot, I can use pop, and then I can use name. Sorry, name and double quotes. So it will remove the name part. See, name is printed, but it is not removed. Let me see it. Sorry, I can't print it directly, so I have to first did pop here. So now if I print it now, then see, I remove this statement, I remove this too, and now see here name is removed from the dictionary. If I want to remove age from the dictionary, I can simply write age here. So you can see name, subject and marks are printed, but age is removed from the string in the from the dictionary. So with using pop we can remove any key value pair from the dictionary. And now we also can use delete for deleting something from the dictionary. So if I want to delete name part, so I can use delete name from the dictionary. So how to, with the help of a delete function, we just have to write del and then specify the name of the dictionary, and then again square brackets and then the name which we want to delete. And now if I print dict again, so you can see here the name is removed and age 20, subject and marks are printed. So that's how we can delete any key value pair from the dictionary. And now move to the next topic, which is if I want to print some all the keys from the dictionary, so how can I do that? So I can simply write print and then dic, and then I can use keys. From that I can print it. Now see built-in key method, so it is an address basically which is printed. So if I want to access the keys which actually print on the screen, I have to just add a parenthesis here. I forgot to write it before, I'm sorry for that. And now you can see the keys are these. So if we want to access all the values which are stored in the dictionary, also we can do that. values and then parenthesis, and then see all the keys are printed here and all the values which are stored is printed here. So that's how we can access the keys and values from the dictionary if we want. Now the next thing is using loops in the dictionary. So how we can use loops? So for key dot value so we can print it here. We have to use comma here. So now if I want to print it, so I use print key and value. So now you can see what is printed. Sorry, I have to define that what I want to print, so I have to define here items. That is a built-in syntax I have to give every time if I want to access from the loop. So see, everything is written here. Name Yash, age 20, and subject maths, and marks which is stored as 90. So we can use this also. And if I only want to print, let me do it first, and let me. So now if I only want to print keys from the dictionary, so I can remove values part from the dictionary, and now I can access this also. So it will return in a tuple format. If I want to print only the items, if I want to print only, so if I want to print only values from the dictionary, so I can use here dot values, and we can do it like that also, but for better clarification we can use value here and print values only. So now the change is, you can see only values are printed. So that's how we can print only keys and only values. If I do only keys here, so the output will be different. See, we can't do key. So if I want to print key only, so we have to specify items here, and then only we can print value, which is this which is in the tuple format. And if I want to access only values, I can access by dot value here. So that's how we can access values from the dictionary. Sorry, I haven't provided s. So see, so that's how we are going to do it. And if we want keys, so I can use keys here. So that's how we can get keys only. So if I want to print only the keys, we can access the keys only. If I want to print values only, so I can do dot values here. Or if I want both, so I can use dot items here, and then we'll use item dot value, sorry, keys and comma value. So now if I only want keys, see the both are printed. But if I print only single value, like I only printed key, so what will happen? It will return keys only. And if I want to print values only, so I can do that also. So you can see it returns values only. So that's how we can access things in the which are stored in the dictionary. So now only one thing which we have left with, which is dictionary comprehension. Let me write it first. So now if I use dictionary here and then use this, and then if assign value some here, so x is, so basically I want to print a value of x, like if I define x here, so it will print the square of that. So let me change the name here, square. So for that, providing a value to the x, so I am using for x and range up to 5 here, so that is fine. So now so we don't have to give a call, so it's a basic natural instinct for using for loop. So if I print square here, we have a spelling error in the square. but don't worry, let's see the logic. So see here 0 0 1 is 1, and square of 2 is 4, and 3 is 9, and 4 is 16. So this is a basic thing which we are doing is it returns the square of every number. So this is all about dictionary comprehension. We can do more tasks with the help of that. We are using for loop inside the dictionary is basically is a comprehension. So now we are done with the dictionaries part, and let's come to the PPT and see the final overview of the lecture. So we have done with the tuple set and dictionaries, uh, and then master tuples, yes, understand set uniqueness memberships. We have done with the sets also, and lesson overview what we will cover today. We have done with these things. So we have done tuples, introduction to sets. We have done set operations. We have done set methods. We have done dictionaries and dictionary operations, accessing, adding, updating, deleting. We have done all of these things. We have done built-in functions for dictionaries. We have done nested dictionaries also, and we have done dictionary comprehensions also. So now real-world application Python data. So where tuple sets dictionary are used. Tuples you store database record GPS coordinates. Set handles unique user IDs and tag filtering. Dictionaries power config settings, JSON APIs. So you'll get to learn about these things more about in the next upcoming lectures. But it is just a basic overview that tuple is used in GPS coordinates, and sets handles the unique user IDs and do filtering, and dictionary is used in power configuration settings, which is JSON and APIs. So we have APIs also. API basically work as a waiter between application and user. So you will get to learn about that in detail in upcoming lectures. So now for this lecture, you have challenges that student database store student names and grade using dictionaries. I have did this in the lecture. You can do it by yourself for practice purpose only. So now you can see the challenge to inventory system, track items and quantities with nested dictionaries. So you can add a dictionary inside a dictionary also. I have told you about this. And now the challenge 3 is contact book, manage contacts and using sets and dictionary. So you can create a contact book using sets and dictionaries also. I have told you about the nested sets and set methods and built-in functions also. So you can try it by yourself. So we have done first tuples, then we have covered sets, then we have covered dictionaries, nested structure, then we did comparisons. Then we in real world programs we just have to practice some programs. So now we can see that we have covered with the whole lecture, and at the end of the lecture I think you get to learn about what the sets are, what dictionaries are, and what is the tuple. So it is just a basic overview of these things we have covered in detail basically, but I have told you every basic step, every concept which is used in sets, lists and dictionaries and tuples. So that's all for this lecture. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the next video.
वीडियोस बनाने हैं, फिल्मोरा है ना।